After moving to a bigger apartment that now has 2 floors, the router that came from my ISP hasn't been cutting it for us. Wi-Fi is pretty much non-existent on the 2nd floor, and the cheap access point extender that I bought just keeps disconnecting every 12 hours or so. It was time for an upgrade. I'm EposVox, here to make tech easier to understand and more fun via free educational videos, and today we're taking a look at the Synology RT2600ac router. This thing may look like the little hacking bot from the first Transformers movie, but it's a very badass router. In the box, you get a wall wart power adapter and a Cat5e Ethernet cable. You also get a quick installation guide with the few basic steps you need to get started and the 4 Wi-Fi antennas to install onto the router and the router itself. The router itself is a sleek black design featuring the Synology logo and indicator LEDs on the face of the device. Below the lip is the RT2600ac model number and an SD card slot. This allows you to add network storage and share files over the network. More on that in a little bit. On one side, you have a USB 3.0 port, again for adding an external hard drive or flash drive for the NAS-level software running on this thing, along with an eject button for that drive. The other side features a WPS and a Wi-Fi access button. On the back, you have a power input, power button, reset button, WAN port to hook up to your gateway or modem, a USB 2.0 port, and 4 LAN ports. You'll notice the graphic here to indicate that LAN 1 can also be used as a second WAN port. Yep, the software allows you to hook up 2 different gateways to bridge up to 2 separate internet connections for up to 2 gigabit per second speed, or set up a failover in case one goes out. Pretty neat. Specs-wise, this router supports MU-MIMO and the latest 802.11ac Wave 2 standards. The Wi-Fi on this is fast. On the 2.4 GHz signal, you get up to 800 megabits per second and up to 1733 megabits per second over the 5 GHz radio. This is the fastest Wi-Fi that I've had in pretty much ever. Then again, most of my Wi-Fi experience was on a simple G router until we got an AC router. Skipped over the N generation entirely. This is also 4x4 Wi-Fi with 4 antennas, and the 2.4 and 5 GHz signals can auto switch on your devices. No more having 2 separate SSIDs going at once unless you specifically want it. And the hardware-accelerated Layer 7 traffic monitoring and traffic control ensures that multiple devices can connect without sacrificing networking performance. The CPU inside is a 1.7 GHz dual-core with 512 megs of RAM. The software is where this router truly shines, though. I've been a huge fan of Synology's operating systems for their NAS systems, and there's very similar software running on this router. It's pretty cool. The software walks you through one of the smoothest router setups I've had, until it tells me that due to the 2 routers, gateway, and switch I had originally set up, that there were some conflicting subnet issues. But I got those fixed, and Time Warner had been yelling at me for that anyway and my internet disconnecting so often. So this was actually a big fix for my network on the whole, just nothing actually told me what was wrong. Inside, they give you the tools to manage your network, see ongoing statistics about network usage, CPU and memory usage, connected devices, and so on. With VPN Plus, you can set up a VPN to route through or tunnel through from the public, parental controls, control traffic to individual devices, manage the firewall, set up a print server, customize what LEDs show and when, connect via SSH, set up SMS, push, or email notifications about network activity. So many features, and this is without downloading apps. If you open up the package center, you can set up a small media server, download station, more advanced VPN and DNS servers, and manage intrusion prevention tools, as well as active malware scanning of the storage in the router. Do keep in mind though that to download some of the packages and install additional software, you will need a storage device installed, be it a USB drive or an SD card. This is a good opportunity to go ahead and set up a USB share across your network if you want. All of the software is managed by a desktop-like interface where you can manage desktop shortcuts and even see ongoing transfer rates in the system tray. They also have a mobile app for iOS and Android that lets you monitor network usage, parental and traffic controls, security settings, and so on. It's kinda neat to just watch my data usage. My biggest nitpick complaint about the router is frankly a non-issue for most. There are mounting holes on the back of it to hang it on a wall. Except the non-adjustable or removable feet on the back and the angle of the device prevent those holes from ever being remotely flush with the wall. Do I break the feet off? Add a couple of 2x4s to the back and screw them into the wall? This is a very strange decision. But on the whole, this is one awesome router and the best network performance I've frankly ever had. I've got the router hooked up directly to my gateway from Time Warner, and then a 24 gigabit Ethernet switch hooked up to the router itself, distributing to most of my network over wired, as my downstairs floor is mostly wired connected. Synology software always blows me away and just makes me very confused as to why other networking products don't have such user-friendly software. Get back in the game, people! If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, get subscribed for more awesome tech videos, and I'll see you next time. I have a Synology NAS review coming up soon too. Pretty stoked for that one.